almost a hoya pa.
And Yamiadam, Bibia air course of fine. Yeah. All right, you're na Yamfa now what she dear course so I mean himself semi because a year can be a hunubi. But oh dear war. Tiana some of the updates no and I prefer say bit free when China who is any near my coso. Oh Ghana send some doors no mum. You bet me Abu Bobiso.
But I say principal once again my man and Chiawana when they were here for production bench and management here chia will be said the wedding kind and they are two gano now what we move in fact and someone who do a pino and a da upon so a brand new tea a bit me the best say mummy and son Master Brebem one ya deba kwa kan one na ya de asum ya hefo na yetie for a na wi one mo etie dwumadie principal no kra ye nyina enim say 2024 Ghana ye call abato so na yenim say general elections ye friend no universal adult suffrage bibia wanya mfensia edumwotwe na wo a sound and a clear mind na Ghana mrama na kwan no say ni pa ne time kwoto aba na parliamentary elections ba kwa course so e wo pandai yenim say wo pani a wogina mu e de ma NPP amanyuko no eye owura Matthew Yindam abato ne ba na wi na electoral commission e declare no say wono ana wadi nkunim e wo pandai abato mpesua so as brase bedwani yanka bi ansem yanto crown kosoro anso ana abeto dwase nipa bi a wonye satisfied with the results na baye no atabi da asem na kopiem e wo Tamale High Court say owura Matthew Yindam for afini wagina musamra se bedwani e wo pandai no wontimi enhodi na ho samra se bedwani with the charges say kwan a electoral commission fast would declare no as MP no is supposed to be declared null and void because and yet polling stations in nyina na kenkan ye I did declare no and the High Court also a share and character mu now establish a prima facie say ampa petition in somewhere wo e de buy ni nyina no e wo mo no na hu be hia say ye be declare papa ni seat ni vacant and unti e ka say Tamale High Court e kwa asetena no wa hye say aba no yensa nkoto no foforo e wo Pandai constituency na ye ne Matthew Yindam honorable Matthew Yindam for the past 10 months wa holding ho samra se bedwane na di nkomo e ma waja tum se wono no ontimi mbu court no animtia eno nti de court aka no ogitum oni asem bi aka na emom no de yetete ene se ne lawyers e kire se wo mo e be call for appeal na emra no so kire se sa asem eda appeals court na se court no indeterminate case no a nipa no a wo ye mrase bedwane anei ne ho aba asem no mrase bedwafo entimi declare no vacant until say 7 days after say appeals court asem no da ho no enti asem no copy parliament no na the conversation ne senka speaker of parliament right honorable Aban Kingsford Somana Bagben ka on declare papa na kunya ne vacant nanso essence asem no ewo appeals court nti na ehu behia se mrase bedwam no per the standing orders and the constitution no yema owura Matthew Yindam enefo amakomako enson se enefo amakomako enson no eba na wieye na se still no court indeterminate case no a eno na Supreme Court no na se mrase bedwafo no speaker of parliament ejina so na we declare akonya no vacant asesi ano ye twen tie no ana na otwe mu speaker of parliament ede beto dwa se ye owura Matthew Yindam were up to the 1st of December, say or the beba emerasi bedwam. Name after 1st December no, say appeals court and can summon new crown. It falls within the bosom, the power, the jurisdiction of the parliament to say obey declare Matthew Yindam akunya no vacant. And Tieka said ye wa twen yim. Na eno ana edom kuma no ba no deni Alexander Kwamena afenyoma ken. Brunebe say or rante beyond parliamentary borders. And they say this is a okay can someone man ko echa say court kra no ebu ntantia na emrase bedwa mo nso asa aban no ana wakone judiciary no akabo mu a asa wo bu ntantia. So in a nutshell no na wotie yewra fenyo makina na onye satisfied with the decision say court e decide tem wo aba na eno ana owura eye mama yarga a wono wo yedom kese ne ba no dani ehu ne se ase afenyo makin nensemu a wokeka no obu judiciary no enimtia, and therefore ase wonfa obuompo emma eye parliament eno nti yen cite no for contempt of parliament na eno ana speaker of parliament ready the proceedings and standing orders kwan ya mrase bedwafo se wo mo approach issues bi etisa eno nti no wotie yewra speaker of parliament okotu nhihye ni nyina a ekire se yewra afenyo marking wako overboard, and therefore essentially you refer no to the privileges committee na face the consequences of the actions and in an amotu a go to ewo emrase bedwam. And then again say mobeka ya principal aban sesa yi na essentially ECOWAS parliament etnase ewo Port Harcourt in Nigeria. Na yenim said delegation a omoya mrase bedwafo a na esesenka omkosi Ghana ademu ewo Port Harcourt ECOWAS parliament no list no a na sese ye de kono na Alexander Kwame na afedwo market na ne din enka ho na eno ana emra delegation kopie mu wo Nigeria no wobra wo mkoye no na Alexander Kwame na afedwo market na wadi nkan ewo ECOWAS parliament ewo Port Harcourt in Nigeria.
Okay.
Na eno nam so ema esan say akwate say ye bobo ewo park so na esesa nka ye di nipa 11 players ye do omobobo na ebia team A eba ye no wo mo ye nipa 12 ba ko nkotena kira wo so wo nkotena kire ntina akwate say ne se ba ko no se wo ntena se de a ene mo no amudi team wa eye nipa 12 ana abegina park ne so no ye ma mo kwan ama mo bo eno bi na course so e wo Port Harcourt wo bra parliament no tenase ye ECOWAS parliament no wo kire mu say Alexander Kwame na afenyo marking suban ya wabeda na die na mpokura no ye kan say wabay impose ne ho e wo parliament ho no Ghana is not to be recognized. Enunti according to Mama Yarga no ebra wo mkopie mu e wo ho no ya Ghana kwan ama wo mo participate e wo ECOWAS parliament. Therefore ya Ghana kwan ama wo mo answer in as participants of the ECOWAS parliament. And on Mama Yarga ba parliament no chirem say they afanya marken ayenunti we bu parliament no animtia wamfa wo bu ama Ghana parliament wamfa wo bu ama Ghana mra enunti yen citing for parliament contempt here and also double silencer sani emre wa beka no double silencer yeka say Kwame na afanya marken say wono akọ impose ne ho ewo ECOWAS parliament wa bra no one can delegation ne ho no no yeka say ye de no akoma privileges committee yeka say committee ne tenase a de na omo ebeye e de afa Alexander Kwame na afanya marken sem ne ho se koba se ebubo no de a ene na potentially ye best site no contempt of court ama Ghana mranso ene no e de a emunsem ene no na then again principal yenim say issue ba ko a nanka Ghana nya Ghana mpo ewiase nyina pemu nsem watie Daddy Lumba yewra Charles Kodofo so Daddy Lumba ni wu achi nanka mpanesi se ekuro ewu a nanka dwoa atwetwe ana efie achi nso no se bi mpanesi ani abofo nanso Daddy Lumba wu na achi no ensem a aba no ano aye den ma kire se asompie pa de saman entimi nya bi ene se ye mame akosua sewa yenim se na wo ye Daddy Lumba eyere anas wo ye Daddy Lumba yera wodi nkan ene odobroni ho nsensem ne abusua pani akwa court a se court hwe se wan de se okura ye dibre se widow ukunani asem ne kopie mu no yenim se yedi akire nkakra no akopie manhia be se mprensa ama enwan twitwa nyina abem na asam no finally ekopie mu ewo Kumasi High Court principal Mpachotimenka. Okay, so finally asam no kopie mu ewo Kumasi High Court no yawadai ana atemu no ebaye na otemuafo a wote na dwamu Justice Dorinda Smith Arthur atemu ne baye a na ene se ema ne mienu omuya obi a wotume se odikuna efre se traditionally these two women are the surviving wives to the deceased that they look back na eno na nkyerɛkyerɛmu ebaye ene se wabra asɛm ne kopie mu wɔ court no yenim sɛ ye maame akɔhwɛ sɛ wa wohwɛ ne case a wɔde call court no a na ɔsorte from the court to say court and declare ɔno nkoa as the sole wife to that Lumba, and therefore that Lumba ne yere a yenim sɛ wɔn na wo nipa wɔn na wo nkwada num santa emu paye nsia ɔdɔbrone no wɔyɛ illegal. I mean ye wontimi endikuna ma no enye yie na no na court no tena ase no wɔkyerɛm sɛ akɔso sɛ wa entimi improve evidence kyerɛ sɛ wɔyɛ legal wife under marriage under marriage under ordinance no ye maame akɔso sɛ wa entimi and show evidence when timi unprotected the evidence kyerɛ sɛ wɔyɛ legal wife. Therefore no sa claim sɛ wɔyɛ legal wife no yabo ato agu because when timi unsubstantiate ɛwɔ court entina ɛho behia sɛ yenim sɛ traditional marriage Ghana mrage tumunti sɛ court mra no ana court awade no ana court anya ntom because when timi improve with the evidence traditional marriage the court gitum eno ntine traditionally Ghana mra recognize akɔhwɛ sɛ wa sɛ wɔyɛ a surviving wife, and therefore ya maame anase odobroni nso eye surviving wife eno nti wo mmienu no enkonkodi kuna ye kasa yi atemu na ba ne se court recognize the two women say omo ye the surviving wives to that Lumba until his death, and therefore omo mmienu enkonkodi kuna no emumu a principal we ni atemu a ye kasa aba abonten na eba ye no ye wo womo a asenie ne koso no emu chemienu ye wo team legal wife and ye wo team odobroni ye ka say team legal wife for team legal wife and ye wo team odobroni na atemu ne eba ye no
sorry min twa no na I understand say posters ne name bia o ma ye billboards in Ghana no e ma mi ri nyina din o so
sure say ano sa na akoye because say ano court recognize the two say omuni kuna dia therefore omumi no so no omudi bankrata mu a enyam fom so ifri say ana mpene sa okoto sa twesere mienu egu apaso a principal yini ba ko ano enya ba ko ena ensuo hie no a wodi tutu akokɔ ho a emfom so ama ho no se wodi tutu akokɔ de ho a emfom so ni kwasa bi ba ho eno nti eman bi no now they are fully recognized as wives to that Lumba. Na enona eneuko social media no so principal yenya education kakra wa ha na yenim se yetiefo ne ahwefo a wo mo etie ye no se bi yenim ensen wo mo yakwanya ne yenya ana ebia ye nso ye kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm kakra principal enokra ne se emra temu ne baaye no emra mu yeni win-win case wo in litigation. We don't have win-win.
Yeah.
There should be a win and a lose. Enti asabne ba ye no se wutie mu yie pa no a ase team legal wife for na wo mo support ye maame akoso se wa no wo mo bu afu any atem didie nyina wo wa obeka bibia no omudi atem na mom the point is that wo mo ntia se mansotwe bia no akoye se spa se bi spa ye mo bracket wo ye mo bracket wo litigation mansotwe bia no one should lose and one should win. There is no lose-lose in litigation or win-win in litigation. Definitely one should be a loser, one should be a winner. And in this case, technically, so one is a loser, one is a winner. And they say, equity favors the vigilant, but not the indolent. Equity favors
the
vigilant, but not the indolent.
Okay.
Anna, delay defeat equity. So we have Atemwonua ebayeno. Ghana for me and say we have intentions, the spirit of the law. And they say, Yamame akosia sewa. Emna samno ebo babano. Ebeto just say wujai daddy lumba. If he said dun son, daddy lumba te Ghana ha wama. Daddy lumba te ne baby. Ana Yamame akosia sewa so te Germany a warrior in Juma. And Ukraine say, Sample crano say, Principal William say, Emremu. So long as I won't come any Nifie, that's why a matrimonial home, Emrem. And he said that the lumber fee, says ya brutally, says Ghana, says Enfiase. What the pass I will see Ukununi. And a Ukununi or Barbetina if ya. Ye were bigamy and adultery. And he went to me and file a case of adultery, went to me and file any case of bigamy for 17 good years. Anna, what is her on or barnet here for 17 good years? Went to me and agitated, went to me and protested, went to me and litigated for 17 good years. Anna Faye, Anna watching with tear. You know, a honor, yeah, show actions, name me a show intention, Ghana form, and then run mommy and Tiasia, principal.
Yeah.
And so him one. As a question, as I said, Ran, you busana say. One, samples I will say, what the answer Abranoa. Nasa court to Marano, uncle to Tremua, court to our and woman Tremua. What is the intention? Say, Ubed deserted her husband for 17 years. What is the intention? 2, what is the intention say? Intention by the church say what the names Abrano. And 3, what is the intention pa say? What is one or banety? I'm Mukitan Quadensia. Wo matrimonial home. When to me, I'm agitated. Now, at the time one, Nipane free mono. And now what back down say, over fighting for widowhood title. Actually, say 17 years are what deserted Perimano, Emrano, and say, what is the intention? Intention is a wide mono, one was a pretty. That is the law. And in legal terms, if BB say equity favors the vigilance, but not the indolence.
Yeah.
And he said, Ekobani say, yeah. The point is that judgment was based on common sense, based on the spirit of the law, based on the intentions of Yamami Akosia Sewa. And he said, Ekobani say, one, so long as I went to me and protested, say, no one show evidence, say we a legal wife or no. And your court, and as I said, we did actually copy evidence, the bread war, and I'm sure, say, Principal, they make you. Yeah. So you want some back court, and your judge, and the best sorry, copy evidence, yeah, bro.
That's true.
And you evidence out the buyer, and the baby, a munia, the combine, compare your mouth with the buyer, and say, 1, so what's your legal wife, certificate out the buyer, no, though, does that merit, say, the Okani and Okre Anna, and to court to nature, say, on to me, and yin to set we a legal wife. I will Germany rep, and answer we a legal wife. He said, one out what the was and buy no. One to me and prove that evidence, you know. Name Ghana Mradia, or do to say, we a traditional wife, we a customary wife. And he ain't to me do with Debra as a widow influence them. Name one or ban on an entry manson or dog breeding, or also traditionally Ghana managing the tomb, and therefore, when in the panoa, I will mention, and Timumi and Umon Conquete. So, this is parallel decision. You take left, the other person will soon take you right. Now, when you know, conquer some say a conafo. And to that principle, in fact, when you say you were conspiracy to commit the crime, you were conspiracy to commit murder. And you want murder and Casanti, it will be. Yes, you are born to quite do me, and say, 1, conspiracy to commit murder and a murder. send your Bible mu or say what do when you cry her ba na say one no na ya Bible so be bu attention say one no ada your intention your trauma say emra no obi nkoye bone therefore emra no so say obi nkodwene bone until we shouldn't always think about doing of the crime. Name even thinking of the crime no crime is a crime. And one thing you say, attempt to kill is kill. Because me hey, na sama bo me tiri mu po. Say me nya principal me kuno. Na ye chemia me nku principal. Name me intention na tire me say me nya wudi a me di ntemra na be cheme. So in this case, the intention and say once which I say what the name Sabra no, na 17 good years. When jai bear man si hono, intention and the spirit of the Lord, and they say, when jai will trip, and when to obey be unfound hono. This is the law. Okay. And the principal, yaka say and this is the judgment Abba say a man will be uncle na uncle dini kuna. And in fact, issues pin one a hono mona in himself.
So far they say ebekoso.
Yaka say the Ghanaian name and say bekoso on the 13th. On the 13th of December. Nemo, Papa C. Anna, Yakasa says, no, or so on Yintum, say, Ebecoso on the 13th, if we say, Daddy Lumba ma, our more abrutro me and penny one more try exams, and therefore a big passport to Ira. And until one other Papa C. Nidia, Yanti a yellow match Bushmanum.
Lumba is a Havas
Oh,
and now grow that's why I said.
Oh, say principal name.
Okay.
So you didn't send me.
But a mano, pennyphone or more bridge, no more money, some body.
That is the case, and even though
because all my money, some more body, sir, it has to be like a collaboration between them and the family, no. Now, I'm on transit. Because me papa free man me ba Ghana be recently no me ba na at least me dey abusua for trans time ye dey nya dey metimi aba because me was school that time me was school me theory weeks I just say me me go classroom and I can't mean to mean through class to a certain number of days and you know me no mo trans na no abusua for no say okay omo dwen no msi o me my penny wom no de na say kwan bia so na say o mam kwan so onua no ne ma penny fo no bi o obviously no it's an issue I say o mo trans na o mo yiri nyina busuan ne ma nyina timi eba I'm not sure say it's Papa She you know or Papa She you know what is he talking in a sense of what a friend and answer there
you see principal on him me in the heat of all this personally from where I sit any the agada any near my no any the empukra the Ghana for nyina hunu bi no Papa She is becoming the trouble the problem the controversial person in the whole thing because one a pen drive or your part of computer or your peripheral device and yena nanom egu baby and we shouldn't forget say that the lumba said the way asantini and when it comes to tradition in fact a year juma e wodi ekoswe but I am one say Papa C nebusuani woye adamfo to that the lumba na enne wono na decided right left center back we shouldn't forget to say and this is a ukotwi a shen e wan hifia and no interest what this year Utiete I monitor some interviews and the media engagement with Papa Shia. Was saying on non association or Casadema Daddy Lumba or Casadema Akosia Brempoma or Casadema Ebusiani
Ebusian you know and answer no one you know.
San Walker was a Busian on Casam Fama Ebusiano. Intisiano a banter between Papa She and Ebusia Penny. And I Ebusan say Ebusiana also Casadema woman. They are all under the Ebusia Penny because Ghana Emra does not recognize a family member in litigation. Emra recognizes a family head. Because Sebi Yamame Akosia Brempoma, me minimum name one to me. Emra no ntimi seal on behalf of the family. Nemum emra betimi seal Ebusuapeni on behalf of the family because Ebusuapeni is recognized in our tradition. But here is the case, Ebusuapeni now on holding front say a bear on the 13th. Papa said that be anchor on the match. So, principal, the problem here is that Papa she say, and when I look at Yasia, one nana okay be asomano, one no and I know one and one two inside the one no I can assume them. But we shouldn't forget to say, we are down for and no interest we busuani and me just say papa she so ya kind so I am one say same way I papa she den on say Ebusuapeni holds the paramount view and decision when it comes to matters of funeral. But young said the akwa say banker into minim said date no on besa kwose sano de akomatch you say still on the 13th for ye dey watwen yem ye da go on my back pass here the baby as goalkeepers.
All right. Yen hwe na yen twaso. Yen ko nsem fufu aka no so na yen twaso. Wadarma. Say Lumba issue dey ka e dey atwa. But we hope say bibia beto din san say I believe say nipa no tiase no abra won tiapo and all these people ni ehum. Afia na wanya na ba bia kwa wie and all these issues are coming up. It's very unfortunate, but ohwe ono so no deep nipa die nipa yo ne nipa die a osidia. I mean, you can't really write that enough. Say, Limba, on any packet wa. You know, say, so be serve you a man sign.
Obe serve you a man sign.
Into you do see a man sign so be come asem.
A man sign be come asem. Name a man sign be come asem. A man sign asem na wo mo kan no. It shouldn't overtake the voice of the Ebusuapeni because nipa no owu a control her and intineko.
Right.
The body belongs to the family, and the head of the family is the one holding the paramountcy in terms of voice and decision. But here is the case. I quite say, Lipebi omuso say Lumba tiasia na omo beno, and therefore Ebusuapeni ka eya omuso be can be. This is the problem.
Okay, Yanko is it Wesley Girls? And some about so about mission schools, Pija, all these blah. Na yeni hun kombo. It's quite an interesting story. Sanse, maybe Kopukwari. It's a mission school, isn't it? A Catholic school. When we were there, no, na yene in Kremufo. Me mate ni be no me in Kremufo. Now they had the opportunity to say omo, so be free nyame on Fridays. Na be bien si omo kwan. But now you so your time wa me na me Catholic ni man call us because me call Roman Catholic me call because of my academic strength and me it me edikoye and sana makano obia ko no school na school no mra wo ho ye adwuma your times are the whole school no ye nyina ye be call Catholic ye nyina ye be call mass. Your times are near pro force or Pentecost link or force or your times almost bit me church services. Wow, open room and the overcode the BI was all these. So what come up with all these stories and in the accusations and I said some of the Muslim students are more Wesley Girls at a point no. Say almost dodgy and son of what me afro munyame.
In fact, principal on him. As some way by it's a matter of concern. And it's a giant Sam and it's a threat to the security of this country called Ghana. Because one, principal say religious conflict,
it's very serious.
Religious conflict, yeah, I say, minim sobaka branti we are Iras Tyron Magai. A branti and Kowoko Achimota.
Yeah. That Rasta Marbino.
Yes. And then a branti, boy, no. When you scholarship to, I think, United Kingdom, or I think London, I think send the class our there's a report to buy on the topic the entire class when it comes to the course of oil. So emra ye man sa award no any sa academic performance ne by obabonte be kan sem bi, we have to take it serious. What say enwin ena ekere nipa ni suban na se obi a ni nwen wowa ni suban ye hu ne se enye de a ene hairless obi a oni nwen stands for perfection. Me hu ne se fine say school no e wan nseseye, say school wan nseseye. Me hu no say akwara no wo suban pa enwi mabomiti na me dey suban pedi, I conform to the rules of the school. Now I play within the confinement of the school. Nemra. To me personally, I see nothing wrong with it because you want kwara so our motor sweat, or my bosakora, and so stubborn. Was school now lead ye. But the point is that so the Kaya Christian Council, NSA mission schools in Penifo committee, and woman in a quite to me say, Shana schools no uncle dance to baby. The bank say 88 year would be religious, right? So, the region so. Enti ufe and somewhere about 110 Omo ye say Sakwarano, a Muslim school, that's where you're Christian. The school no should be serene environment, should create an enabling environment for that Christian student. And say, Onusubetini live freely in that Islamic school. At the same time, Sakwarano or your Kremoni, that's what call Christian school. And also no sa school no environment no, it should be peaceful. It should be accurate enough for Aquarana so and also obetimi assume the nyame ceremony. And until principal said now can me school me call ye. Me school me call ye Busumi senior high technical. What me am district Busumi frebo. Sebi ye order to ho a enro opokuare. And so ye kra no na ye wo baabi ankramofo no ko ekofre wo nyame wo bra wo bre aso. And we all lived peacefully. Ye gina ye didi bom. Na eba ne say santokwa we ewu na esa sorry biem. You know, as a Ghana no, there a border with security or may yamfa ho. And ye may border with security as a Ghana yen shada mfa ho sa. And at the end of the day no, escalate we are and you hum penifo say wo mo e kasa. So se si aye kasa yi, akwa te say, uko Christian school na so ye krimonia automatically kokatons. So it's a Kobasa Cremonino and I pay to them. It's as simple as mass. Tia Massimo and schools like I say no Islamic schools no. Secremoni, Secresto Ninsoba. Nasa ye said no say on us one kind Quran by force wa. Ye Musaya will say a fair and so principal in issues like this no. The President Kamenya we shouldn't go into it too much because at the end of the day, the moment I am discussing now you give you room to others to also showcase their comment at the end of the day because we take social media no we take a Christopher behind someone has a win to me any a Christopher says what ko usuku also pay so it's a Kobasa and Kremofo school so because we do TI mass any other Islamic schools no a Christopher bebre wo so in Kremofo no so na bonte meka say also a Christian that's went to me and carry Quran Jai school one. Principal, are we creating a peaceful environment for all of us? And I say, yeah, Ghana. So me who say it's about time one. Sani man we in the principal and who here say a problem. And we are looking forward to say peace council, any Christian council, any Islamic missions, you know. One month say now I'm finding a permanent solutions to this. Because see, I can't say outside the can know at the end of the day, ye mano, and I do a monk to a because say Christian, as I say, will attack on the Muslim students and what happens to the Christian students in the Islamic schools? Now are we creating this war as Omayana and what security analyst and what much them say Kwaswa ye na so wo nsia no kwan we know this terrorists they are finding the little opportunity to penetrate. Say wo mo position chire pe e be wi chire no na say adane a religious conflict Ghana yentimi nso ano. So I think say ye mpanimfo no waso ɛsene yɛn wɔmuntie yɛn na deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wɔmutu ho anamɔ ma ɛyɛ yie no ɛyɛ yie firi sɛ Ghana yɛte asomdwem yɛne nkramofoɔ and asomdwe no wɔ hɔ to the point sɛ ɛnɛ nkramofoɔ kora tim bɛware kristofoɔ ama kristofoɔ nso timi kɔware nkramofoɔ so mehu ne sɛ apart from the religious differences no we live as one people in this country so mehu ne sɛ ɛyɛ nipa bi parochial agenda ana ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔmo pursue just to destabilize the security of this country and the peace of Ghana. So, principal, this is the issue
I truly understand, but I say, what about the legal aspects of it? As we know, court in some Abem, Attorney General Abebake, Wesley Girls for new in some kanka now. Supreme Court directed Wesley Girls to respond, and also so a woho. My main response na say and sema Christian Council ne a force so at the buy. Attorney General and some Bibria or the Atuja. A ban of Muslim practice unconstitutional and some Bibri and Oho. A false Methodist worship unlawful. And some of the assembly be creating school religious religion guidelines and also so. And the religious limits discriminate against Muslims. And no what I said, Ninana copy court. Now, Christian Council so at the same be able to a constitution and a right to preserve Christianity identity. I just say Christian Council so fee say now attendance is voluntary. And now unified culture ensures excellence, and then once the constitution protects mission autonomy. So what do you mean? Mission schools, the way I fast why they have a right to protect that autonomy. They have their autonomy. With me, so I can say this is what we want to do. So, and what and simple. So the legal side of it, and then and also so.
Also, principal no credit say question will be say esan say e work court nti ne ka no ayeden kakra na mmom akwa SMP hu yentimi ntu ase yentafre ho kakra enipa no o co school to better his or her academic performance senior yes anete
that's right
enti say obeka tons no at the end of the day we school now the tons in the bed and I see a best no akọ ready Quran no owia and what the bear den me te hay emra me wo school na me ne kremoni ana share one desk from primary me ko JSS me ne akwara no akọ share the same desk SS mechi eye kremoni manim ye kremoni me nkwa me ne Christian no be same thing. I don't know, it didn't have any effect, positive or negative impact on my academics. I think, sir, I did about Ghana, United States. I cried school now on 3 years. At the end of the day, every crampo, maybe school, Christian students no own share cremoni in view. Cremoni no own share Christian in view. Said that maybe we school, Aquara, and one desk. Ye students, be a Christian or ye cremoni. Nancy, ye tenacity, and ye meet view. Why is it compulsory say we should impose our doctrines on the other side? Why? Principal, say a tepanase of mine na ampa ye nipa ba ko ne ye doye ho and of course Ghana ye doye ho because and they ye wo nkramufo as I said earlier one more worry Christians are oboti asumdwem fefefe. Why is it to say you go school we should impose those church doctrines on the student at the end of the day 4 years where we go in bed enti Christoni eko enkramofo school na ye question nas wo guvil ogu maye fia eno no mane pass wase ana ana secremony so eko Christian school ni ye question so onko cartons wa eno na bema eno no wa passing wasi and wa passing in sofe and na be many pano we school we benya adwumaye ana
that's another
there's a hidden truth especially in for no one more tenase na one forging it out na yen bury all these differences because at the end of the day no a bigger problem. Am my young Kasayamana or more school principal, to be honest.
Okay.
But court.
Okay, finally, Yamfa, Medasi, but the MPP campaign, no, so far it's saying the primaries, no, who say no, some bumper.
In fact, and somewhere there, I would say Nipa and Lumina were age, no. If you did a chair, one hour pray. What's a campaign now? In fact, a bit more, we don't want to preempt their decisions after the primaries. Name men kind of said the unity of the NPP now is in jeopardy because Wutie Yera Kennedy compare with Japan the campaign now all year. In fact, or a decent campaign at the same time, other candidates in now a decent campaign. Name not what we say we come about 2 money we now we swap about 2 money. So the point is that in legality, if be vicarious liability and I say imputed liability, where the leader bears the ultimate responsibility. It will say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia in person. Yante say about Bontain, Abedi will be at him. And a yante, yes, say, you are Kennedy Japan, so about Bontain, Abedi will be at him personally. Name ne camp, oh, we have 2 money. So at the end of the day, we blame the leadership. We blame these 2 people, these 2 individuals, and they say, Mumi and only whom some platforms we did the attempt. Then why the insult from your camps coming out? And who is supervising that? Now, when I say so, okay, now some give it to me about. And then again, you who say, Dr. Osai or Lutrum, on the quite an hour which is Friday, and then an answer. Kwenya, and you know, a one-on-one interview, our studios, or your IFM studios. You know, ADM Komo, who say the man is in fact heading a decent politics, a decent campaign, same as other 3 candidates. I want a woman. In Jamaica, say, principal so far, campaign so a cost of come. At the end of the day, no, and I didn't be able to sign the body because Obias were your best. And he said, yeah, quite elections, piano. Yet a group of people be also you're defective from this camp to the another. You who be you're almost defective or across the carpet from Kennedy Japan campaign and the camp echo Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. The same time, and you almost across the carpet from Dr. Mahmoud Baumia camp about a friend saying Kennedy Japan so a camp. At the same time, you know, now what we will send for to say or declare or support Eddie man Dr. Osei or Luchum and the likes. We share ascend south for any delegate the Wednesday, no, almost about Tebeka say officially almost supported era Kennedy compared with Japan. And you want to say the features of democracy. This will be actually nothing. Any some characteristics of elections are you who Ghana. So at the end of the day, no, you don't say we say one free how. You know, a principle we are still following the campaign to the time one or better than baby.
Okay. Sorry. All right. Akoji Abokan, London for the hotel for UK for Yina Bedawasi or Ejumada or Bama and answer that are more and transit. Like I answer that I knew as to interim, but Wabamodia Abojuma. Eddie Ejuma, say no, it's a time now on and off, you know. Sure. So, but I can't be a Benaquabiano.
Maybe I'm a casse. Sir Principal, what Negamua, a Juma, and Atrasiano. And once you are committed to serve the people, no, who am I to say something from?
Yeah, I said, boy, whom would he be? Yeah, fancy, I'm a poor mefro, you didn't come. Why?
Mate, principal.
All right, so Okoji Abokan, Oyerepa FM, a Wokumase, a reporter, and Yanana train commono. Just bringing the time to exactly 18 minutes to 1 o'clock. But you won't come over for us today. Peter, member of the NPP, and He was the deputy director of TVET. Time a year and another at Sono. And as I be, we be before. Or Baumia campaign. Oka Baumia home. Or Baumia side. Let's get to the MPP now. Any home so Enkomokakra na for yen twaso in free ho. Just about 17 minutes. Meeting the principal hot digital line. Head back and was go na watch him sema aboboaba and anina no. Yes, na yabono kakra. Na 1 o'clock maybe a humanama. Na one so wafre na yedin komo. Tikosunity hot digital online.com. Koso na etie na fe yen hwede oho na yen famro. But this morning, one issue, picture by they say one arrested after Dompaso Hene was injured by a stray bullet at Obuasi funeral. And also one of the headlines are a war. Me a humana and Samadaroma, Minyambi phone lines, inti Mon Shannon so. Share a fenyo marking so and some and also so and a fee. Daddy Lumbaso, and also one some kakra. I will hold a bomody and share Wesley girls, and this one send a Siako. But we will come back to Yanrena Yanko the NPP, na Yanre Sania, and also one some is etia, Sania Hoson and some is etia. Cosinity hot digital online.com. Yeah, Cosinity hot digital online.com nafe yen twaso yen fa eho eso emrel Peter sene we de kan be join here Peter Nchibosi akon yen nyina enim na ekruma ene na ene na edijuma na nyame ya adom no onya post akọ akodi kakra yen hwe sene enema esi ekọ on the NPP side and also so ade ye be di hu nkomo Cosinity hotdigitalonline.com.
What happens and we are not happy, we have every right to comment on them and to make and state our factual disagreement. But to go insinuating and calling names, I mean, it weakens our democracy.
Is it insinuating? Let's hear Afenyoma King what he had to say, and that's the point of disagreement.
The judiciary must know that their actions and inactions to serve the interests of whoever their paymaster is has the tendency of destroying our peaceful republic. We will not mince words. They can conspire to call us one by one for a so-called contempt of courts. We are criticizing their shameful conduct. We are not afraid. We are ready to be in Nsawam for their so-called contempt. The sad part of it is that the NDC candidates and his supporters were aware of the judgment before the day, to the extent that on the day of the said judgment, the regional minister led a team of NDC party faithfuls into the courtroom, anticipating the expected result.
So let me come back to the phone lines. It's 14 minutes to 1. Head back and our Sungusualty hot digital online.com and Saka Peter Nchibosi Akon, the former deputy director of TVET, Abrananado at Akunyasuno. Peter the Nana Edin Komo Hana and Yamia Domna, Winya Pus no Koye, and we're from Bakumbi. We will especially deal with the MPP, Sunset in himself. Or Baumia camp, meaning to say what's an agenda, but I know say yes. Baumia camp, Peter.
Principal.
Good afternoon, Boko dear.
Nyamina Boko, na only what you for UK, Ubia Hottesing.
Yo boko you go so aja say una afi de hu ayi hu nti ye hwe wa ye hu nti say
I mean, so as a man to me PMO studio and pena
and the arrangement was sent abeba but MC nyina no
arrangement
me bibi yeah but that's it at least sila no what menya kwan na ye twetwe komo sanse time MC so
Mate, me chair was what you for in Jamestown, Madam Michelle.
Jamestown 8 you Nana hima Jamestown Foods
Nahima. Only
only uncle boat pa.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, one limit me bank before, but unfortunately into me
Yeah, you point. Yeah, we crack me James Sanfu is an area Sunday, you know.
And Sunday,
TZ.
Tuning TZ and the boss of pan.
Come on, into your kite for James San, Libridge Road, a year Leighton. Tesco Cassiano, a Hona, no Baker Sams, a Honano, who won't say subway be home no money about a Jenny be a piano.
Emuya, be a moment on Tom Faho.
Anyway. Na ubaye boko.
Oh yeah, you have to buy a boko. Be back up. Oh yes. But mama friend will be a here pan.
Yeah, then you may pass. Yeah, Jimmy and Shadan come for how too much is our band. At least
yeah. I don't know. You become once because. Me no one wants some pan.
You didn't come on. You here, friend.
Mate.
Okay, now. Well, let me start you with. So far, the NPP, this press conference I made, actually, it will rerun elections or Pandai. The minority in parliament, yes, MP, I just say, when into the judgment, if the High Court, no, after your marking, or your minority leader, I didn't send me a Bible to and it's believed say I contempt of court, whether the court is going to see a best friend near the home command. The minority, your behavior, Musubaya modernity, parliament in this parliamentary proceedings, you know. As a member of the NPP, how do you feel?
Okay, you now, as some of we say, contempt of court, a woman say. Court a DSMA, High Court a DSMA, or then a judgment about Bontain. Now, based on the verdict of the buyer, will be and so a passe ne agent wa home say or no dear office say judgment ne buyer no yes and say because saying now so because a contempt of court. I mean who that contempt on but
let's look at the in some kind now. He says someone is paying someone.
Oh, I mean, it's a fact. You see, so share niakosona. I mean, under no circumstance, and it can say the whole election now a course of Bandano, because the results now a boy, bobo ni and them say a car some few polling stations, and NDC for who say they have lost the elections. So they started with violence. Inti abana ya kind is one a year back and na omo kobu box no papa no say ni na. Meanwhile, na omo a kind the majority say ni awa win no very clear. And based on that the member of parliament was declared by the EC say ono na wene. Na eno na NDC ni say that be say open agenda on my year, they call courts, and now they call courts. So if anything at all, it shouldn't be the whole election, the entire constituency election, because innocent people have voted. All man cause of violence, maybe. A year NDC for very few polling stations, and almost say they know say if they put them together, they have lost. So they decided to cause violence, and based on that, they call court. So if anything at all, it is the number of polling stations now assemble and then I come to say ABC or then saying Accra about 19 polling stations. That is what it's supposed to be. But if the judge, based on the fact say, but NDC for a year strong, honor the Anabia Symbiam, nti wo jai mane ewo ho de a ene yesa akoto kakra na omo se no na NPP no be sa wene ene ntwa ni nyina mu na yensan koton foforo anyambia so yetimi yekitikiti nye de takachi fam na ye pama manfo. And normally when there is by elections, very few people come out to vote. And until say yetimi twetwe come nkrofo na omo ba bonten betoma NDC na omo wene. I mean, this is not democracy. This is tyrant. This is violence, and omo de edge to me. And Bible say what the anibre efa akokore de aya. I mean, okubutu so ontimi hwane no. So that say to me and omode anyadene takashi sesa ebo omobo e Ghana. But it's not the number of members of parliament you have in Ghana parliament and the chance of perform or parliament and as a Ghana. No. Your performance is on the ground. People are seeing it. So you may have even, whichever number of members of parliament who won't perform it. I'm PP, 2017. 1 year's time. Now everybody has seen, said there was a clear direction on my echo. I mean, you introduce this policy, you introduce way economy, way cost, GDP cost, EBA cost. But now, since I'm 12 good months now. You must say, and then I also a bit in the instance so I can say John Mahama and then Amamui or Maya Diapan. Apart from the artificial sika or Mokofa dollar, no Makoto Ghana cities now market no Makoto cities no majai dollar no go abonting, not dollar no dosu abonting, and unti ama dollar no I available and ma pressure in the city. So we artificial. Apart from that, what else can we pinpoint say? And this about 10 months, 11 months, 12 months na ye komi or mo aye e Ghana e bitimi aboma baso mo
free akonyaso no na Ghana city foreign exchange GDP ni ade na ade na ensweni now 12 months so down the line aban bia ba asmi abesisem and you are saying so nyehwe.
Of course, yes. I mean, nobody is doubting, say, when NPP was leaving power, the cedi to dollar was about 14 or 13. So I say that is not something anybody is disputing, and there is a clear reason why that has that happened. And so will be impo Jesus Christ president at that time in Ghana. The same thing would have happened. It happened not only to Ghana. Inflation rose from 1.5 to 9%. And the reasons were very clear, say, because of the fact, say, the Ukraine war and COVID pandemic is here. And my reason, the stop on UK has a ready now, Tesco, Nasa, and as Asda, and more pay amount and more bagging, but pay. Oil, they turn back because it been itself no so and no inflation any boko no and no anything at all Ghana within 2 years 2020 2021 2022 and no na Ghana ya borders na ya seize ya close and so a form a dream ya so be and abontin because them person they cover the Baba Ghana. Because of this, the economic activity in the country plummeted. About former bedrew 0.5. In fact, our GDP growth grew at the rate of 7%. About from bedrew 0.5. When it happens like that, what it means is that every percentage point in GDP growth, we're talking about 10 billions. So billions, if GDP every 7%. About former bedroom 0.5 because of say Yama lockdown, it being caught, it being near my what demono or market near what storeroom ye year go up on 10 year would it be able to one man for Russia because a binny market and not inflation a cost. Tama ye lefty band na I say obiet mukwa bonten kotoni man over here 2022 the city was suffering because every businessman was converting their money into dollars to be able to go out to buy stuff and almost a convertis kind of into here city no because everybody was buying the dollars to go out to buy the stuff Nti na do aside no ho kire no sa no. Nti me kan no radio so bebre say sa ade na yekoso say cedi no ho kire no inflation yekoso no it will continue for some time before it will start coming down. Me kan and me kire mu say amanfo shall say Ghana we depend about 70% on imports. Ye de ba money beton. And nti produce bibia o manim na se twase kwa bonten kofa niam ne ba na ekwa no so ye si no obi an kwa bonten kofa bi ma obi nso ma o manim a what you have in the country the few items, a lot of people will be chasing it, and that will cause inflation. Now, time yayi ekwa na firi ho am obi kofa ba no omo de ba na amanfo koto na omo de ba market no is saturated na fe de omo de ba no de go storeroom afi na inflation as say about from I said in World Bank kind 2024 say by the end of 2025 inflation in the country will come down to below single digit. In fact, almost mentioned it will be below 7%, and indeed that is what we are saying. It was mentioned 2024 somewhere in August. Say by the end of 2025, the inflation, because we know, say, when people are going out to buy the stuff, what the buy normally the good marketer, na man for better go fia, na market transfer is saturated. If you want the baby or the Google storeroom, now going say, and man what market na doors no, na inflation no, they bow above. That is how if you say will be a manager BBA. So UKBC, if you say BBA. So that was not the doing of NPP government.
All right, so that is an external.
If managing a country and they say Ghana say sika ye be kwama no ne akonya dollar no ne e market ne akoto cedis na o market ni nyina ne the dollar na gu abonten. This is artificial. It is not proper management. If the country was producing enough and they kwama no ne and ye nya dollar and ye dem Ghana and that dollar na be dollars for Ghana, then we can say that the country is progressing. But if you do artificial dollar buying, you go and get dollars and then go to the market and buy the cedi and then throw the market dollar into the market so that we have availability of dollars in the market. That is
so the question, and on that aspect, the question and be the sustainability. And
it is that is a question.
Yeah, the sustainability, but sustainability, so far, 12 years down the line, 12 months down the line, they're still sustaining it.
That is, you see, 3 months ago, there was a warning issued by World Bank and IMF. Say, Adiana Abine, and yes, sustainable. And it is very, very dangerous. If they continue to do it, for the past, 10 months now, or 11 months now, the government has thrown out there more than $10 billion. What they cushion cedi, no. This is artificial. If you get that amount of money and you just go to the market and buy cedi, dollar no ebewa bontinya. World Bank say, dangerous, it's not sustainable because the next 4 years, if we're going by what is happening now, 12 billion every year, it means that we're going to need about 40 billion to keep the cedi, at the rate no.
So
do you know what 40 billion can do for the country?
Let me go to my next question. Let's answer time Ninti. I wish I my time to get on that. But it's something that your government failed to do and the NDC is doing. And it's supposed to be working, actually. That's what we can see now.
Well, we wouldn't
the evidence on the ground. The evidence on the ground.
Do the right thing,
the evidence.
That's what we do all the time, and we perform better than them.
So the evidence on the ground say it's working.
It is not. That is how you say it.
And that is how everyone sees it.
You see, let me ask you this: if the dollar comes down, NASE is not translating into job creation. No job is being created in the country. The contractors are not paid. Nothing is happening. Then, are you saying that the will be tables one? And if I don't say in Ghana, $1 that is not what we are talking about. Say $1 but from not translated into any other thing. But all that we see is dollar going down. It is not the best. It's not the best.
So this is an external pressure, say why so probably a moment me handle, but internally one kasa aban what else and more government as the NPP's administration and another don't quite any idea anymore. So a factor I need to me power in 2024.
2024 I mean, okay, we are seeing now, but be almost after 2022, be no country be illusory, apart from about 2 countries, and nipa na omote no mutimi wene a phenomenon is see over there. Ghana, senye na Akufo-Addo and na power. And yitimi toto niema time niema pasesa no economic activities was happening no and yitimi manage from 0.5 GDP growth ama yitumi enyini ya but time na ye free power no na GDP was more than 5%. Sisi ameno ka say most dollar aba from no the GDP growth 2025 it is less than 5%. In fact it's about 4.8%. So when NPP was there, when things were said, the GDP growth was about 5.7. Now, say near almost near my dollar no ever from no GDP growth and 4.8. Not just say things are not going well. So that's it.
So how come Ghana for rejected him in 2024?
So many things. In fact, Yanankasa NPP4, Yanankasa ye hobby. After 8 years, political system Ghana no. Abandon over transfer 8 years, Biano, so many factors set in. One, apathy set in. One kasa party for ubiti ubina so ibufu. And I think so yan kasa party for solitaire, especially some of the aspirant almost pese ombidi part name at that time. In fact, ni papa kwa ni dia ba bonten pa yenra Canada Japan. Nin sema ujina bonten kan ye say memfan say NPP amamu mu aye wono the government officials omo wiesika de kugwa buruchire and then they're stealing state properties as if there is no tomorrow. I mean obiti say the vice president no be anim say obe winning no be flag bearer no the Canada Japan could tell the whole world say he approached him our person would clear $800 million a man say only no one step down no famano. What it meant was that if a vice president within 4 years or 8 years, it means over $800 million at the bribe will be say on step down. Then how much has he got in his bank accounts which means that amount? You see, all these were things that played in the minds of Ghanaians. Said, oh, the government is not serious. I mean, so I say, I mean, things were very, very bad. I mean, assuming say. A flag bearer, and I say an aspirant, our person be a flag bearer, a co NPP fumu, no catch them some here, monim na ebusan at one. A bana, one casam don't buy, and they don't want to take care of you, they're stealing money, they're eating, they're shopping, they're leaving you. And my answer me ra NPP fubimu. And over here, the apathy that set in 2024 elections, it was everywhere. Ghana normally say apathy esi babia be one region be say one constituency be say more you had man ye kwa man ye ntoba but where there it was all the corners in the country. I don't think he sowed the seed of apathy. He generated hatred and disaffection for the government and the party.
If Mitchell said you're kind of Canada point of Lucia.
Oh, Canada Japan cost more than 60% of our loss. I mean, this is a fact. I mean, here report me and say a day anymore. Nina just say Canada Japan near my
and this person, how can I say, is still one of the flag bearers. Like almost Gina, a flag bearer for the party. Come January. The party now come say no. So you want to tell me say now a kwana say
Oh, you see, Mamika Zimbi, people were deceived, but today they have seen the truth. Say in Kuntumpuna, there was nothing like system candidate, and so say
But he believed at a point. He believed at a point to say more crown government machinery. Yeah, say obet me abe winning no deep part in crown more yeah say untimi ember. So this person no, and he has a followers as well.
NPP muno in fact government machinery and I win it primaries. everyone is a voter individually. And until Obia Koyan campaign and about me and when people saw it. I mean, you can see, say, majority of members of parliament in Yana support to Baumia. Nipan said, you know, when you fear how many power and people don't support to Baum. Not because say Baumia is an angel, but comparing Baumia to all the 10 candidates, Baumia was higher
now,
among all of them. Even today.
The current 5 years.
Even today, no cry. Nipa numu mujina way. I mean, reported that whole United say. So what the Baumia ignorance and so now they are not for no ignorance and so. Oshe nipa or one him dear political, governance experience or external exposure or what nim dear could be a or yet technocrat. As any pay would be sent so with me nipa Ghana for and nim no ya tono dodona buno academicians and woman so obviously today Oma deceived, they were deceived in 2023 to vote for a particular candidate and or not to come out to vote in 2024. But now they have seen results are more than 11% of the people who voted for Kennedy Japan in 2023. They have all regretted and said they will never vote for him again because now they've seen the truth. Normally, our operational team, what we do is say, you didn't call region bimo. You connect constituents, electorate, it's ya. Kasan san about maybe 2 or 3 weeks after. Let me call Bono Hafo, and they have region, any Bono East. Misia Brantibi, or say no, a coordinator for Ken in 2023. Na almost a 2 abaniya or Luciano. And our campaign the people, the supporters of Kennedy Japan came and attacked him, saying, if he campaigns for Baumia to win, Nase Baumia win, then how would Kennedy Japan will come again? You lose 2024 now. The first president who did his flyer to say of a contested view, Kennedy Japan, because the idea was to cause Baumia to lose so that he can come back and use it as a bargaining power or bargaining argument. Say, I mean, the Ghanaians and people they take a decision. You mistake.
Why is that Muntiminia campaigner? Now the question now, Adipeni Busa at say Muya primary we are. Now, how is the winner, the leader, the leadership? You'll be winning. A quambas of a which my come party abum.
You see,
whether Baumia, whether Kennedy Japan, whether Adichum, anyone more can in. How are you guys going to put the party together? Freddy Abronya Kokan recently, we are a member of the Baumia team. How did he do that? Baumia, the other Baumia found because officially
Abronya can say
Abronya Kokan, platform so. Now all kinds of Kennedy Japan who are members say wo nyina na ka say won kan de ba me abetima en wonyai Kennedy Japan omko yi ni free platform were you not there una o na no
no na me ni hobi but na me other region but the fact is Abronya is not a campaign member for Baumia. Abronya is a Baumia campaign team platform. He is not a campaign team member. Abronya is a regional chairman of Bono. And whenever the candidate goes to that regional, or no na edinanim na or receive womo. Into no ekojina ha all my welcoming address no. And na all can say Kennedy Japan near bi oye ni nyina ka ho bi and e lusu na ono ana nkrofo bi nso a omo kra no no mnye delegate. They have intentionally come there to cause trouble and they started making noise. Say ka near ba omia beye enye de Kennedy. Me I have always talked about the negatives of Ken because I think say it will be the biggest mistake for NPP if Kennedy Japan become the flag bearer. So the first Kasam Faba, I want to just say, I'm not campaigning for him. The more I talk about Kennedy Japan, the more people will know, say, it will be the biggest mistake. So that's it. I don't think me who asem krobia obia kwaka kire say 2020 so over here atemnia Kennedy Japan di ye tamane wa mamuomu and I'll give you showdown government officials mu wie sika one. Now we are out of power. You cannot continue to use the same thing to insult people. And over here in Japan today he has no message on a bottle and was a good bottom and could do baby no slogan had everything the way and okuta bottles and we are Ghanaian. You see, he has no message. So that's it. Ghanaians have seen say the guy cannot be the flag bearer of me can't say it is not about only winning power, but the future of the country is what I'm interested in. The next generation. Say a debe na mukoya inclophobi mombidi nimu. Ama or minor echo say. I mean, how can you imagine getting up one day and they tell you, say, your president is Kennedy at Japan of NPP?
Yeah, but what is wrong with that?
I mean, I am saying that it is not.
What is wrong with him as Kennedy Japan's president?
Ya adebachi ni akoti say obawi onene kuntokwa ama odena sinyina yeno.
But this person is a leader of your party, so
he cannot be a good role model for the Ghanaian youth. But that is the point I'm making.
Primary simu. So if he wins, and if he wins, he becomes the flag bearer of your party.
That is why I am trying to tell everybody he is not going to win anyway. But I'm trying to tell everybody, say, the guy is a problematic individual in NPP. I'm telling you, the loss in 2024 was mainly caused by him.
Okay, Mode Bamiako 2024. Mode Bamiako 2024. Why we need? Are you guys thinking about a change?
No, Bawumia is the rightful person. I just say aside in the Kobio. Mami can't say mention. Anytime our party be our power for 8 years, this kind of thing sometimes happens. Mami was some examples. In 2008. When Alan Chamantin, I can say, Obese party na or teen, home, Kujuna Bontin, Swan and Crow for a party. No, Ghanaians saw say the party was not united, the front was broken, and for that matter, Ghanaians voted against the party. Over here, 2012, Tama apathy see more, Yan to about 2008, no. Don't want to Pia Bontin, but to about 2012. Emma, you can see a winning cry, and this our momentum now, Koyana 2016, you're winning massive. The same thing happened to NDC. Tamana Fonka or Mayana apathy 2016. And at 2016, almost lose more than 1 million votes. And so over here, whenever the party in power loses and the people don't vote because of apathy, the following 4 years, the boom about on Temper Toba and 2020, the year 2020, NPP because NDC for no dodona babontin satami aba mamumu 4 years enkrofo zubu fu ya appointment every some people know said they are not good. So people also began to express that apathy, and NDC members also came out to vote. In 2020 almost the same members of parliament our Ghana, and this have momentum now by Emma 2024 so we had this year 2024 now. More than 2.4 million Ghanaians and a Oman Piameto Aba normally come to Abama and PP. So here the mama and numbers are the same 6.3 actually 6.2 million in 2016 or 2020 crowd on 6.2. 2024 no on 6.3 and NPP yet there more than 2.7 million people. What will happen is that when we finish this primary, has a campaigner, Dodona will come out to vote in 2028, and the table will overturn. Sometimes and this also apathy will have already set in. So yeah, because it's all caught and near my air cost when people and this more. Dodona have begun saying that they will never vote for NDC again. So that is politics for you. Of course, yes. Utie, uko social media, any woman croffer. Here, Madame Fubina or ye Kusasini. And this is for the campaign, and I'm pretty for the Kunkumo Baumiana, and almost a year campaign against NPP, Omcrophone now to NPP. Baby Oka and Baumia 0, and my Mamprusi area, and also your mama 0, and the Kekahono. And there, Manoka say, well, see, if election takes place today, I will the Mamprusi lander. The way NDC for able to put your mama and this, because they said they deceived them. Say, now mobile power, they will give them whatever they need, and up to now, so they have seen that they lied to. So what I say, and on the politics, everything can change within even 24 hours. I don't think nobody can convince me that Baumia as an individual, no, and I would department you lose. No, there's so many factors, and by together, you lose to 2024. But I'm sure, say NPP, say Nema if you go, you say the best appeja aswa, I mean, say 2028, NPP. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia began the move. Amayawene. Share, we had 1996. Tama, Yatuaba, Yade, Kufu Bay leader, no. NPP, you seat in our parliament. Now, about 63. NDC had about 133. But Kufu had only 39%. Within 4 years, the NPP was able to overturn. In fact, who share numbers now at that Kufu term any. And this in term now, it was more than 2 million. And so within 4 years, the year 2000, no, it means move your members of parliament from 63 to more than 109 or so. And this is about 90 seats. It beat within 4 years. So I say,
and in 2020,
Ghana, no, 2024, no, and yet the first time maybe 20 for 2016. So that's it. So I mean, you say almost a share said 2024. You make sure say be lose. Now they have all regretted. I'm sure say Ghana for and Timamufona Omunim say NPP will do better when we are in government. We are able to introduce policies that that to the benefit of everyone in the country, they have all regretted. Say, Omam Kwabontian Kotoba, and will GDA pass 2028 will be their holding any Brebe Kwakoto Ama Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Abe president.
Okay. Peter, my main fancy, a Brebem, we talk about TV, it's baby, our Coco Ye Juma. Baby, TV, it's Coco Drie, near day, Nafe. One issue before I become one cemetery, I be say, I don't know the Danko Kufuado a bias on our wombi. Niti, ye better near Busahonsem, a quiet fast one, and Adro became so unpopular, I affected the party as well. Ye become a cemetery.
Mate, but you see, every government, I know maybe the current generation blames the generation before. Amamu Akufuado Bedino 8 years. Why ye Edimuso Wanye be Hoa enye. Nipa bia who ye nipa, a bit number so I DBI Bimubufu. I'm telling you, decisions that he took. A man who be him, including haircut and the cake hono. And they and this for including the governor of Bank of Ghana. And I know that's my governor kind. What's it? So decisions now Akufuado are buying tiki, so woman tiki on call my Ghana and Kabo. Because the country had nothing.
So why did he become so unpopular?
Because of he needed to take decisions. Because he needed to take those hard decisions. And if you're a leader, you take decisions that focuses.
What about your own party at a point was calling for reshuffling? Ningina wanted.
That is why I am saying that you see the buck stopped with him. He was the president. He takes decisions based on also say information. Now I'm telling you what. Let me tell you what. The people were doing it, calling for reshuffle, not because of say they were doing it genuinely. I'm telling you, even those who were calling for the head of Oforiatta, the aim was to get hold of Baumia because if they were able to get rid of Oforiatta at that time, no more call for the head now. Then the next thing is okay. Then you say Nipan or chairman of economic management or no Baumia and then Oforiatta. Then so the aim was not okay. I said maybe argument go already so. Tamana ubi to say hopes and doyemo calling for the head of Oforiatta Tamana oil a boy a cost from 500 to 1,002. No, maybe can say look. Say, Assumpsi, I Ghana, and I say, Ghana, you lose electricity, and I say, you energy. Do we go to blame the Minister of Finance? It is the energy minister. Say, Ghana, Assumpsi will help from what? We don't blame, Minister of Finance. We blame the Minister for Health. So if there was, hike in food prices, items, our Ghana, when the person can blame, and the Minister for Trade and Industry. I didn't think I wanted to hide there, no. Now, Alan, now on the Minister for Trade and Industry, no, or no, in the case of the policy and program, it work, I mean, it will produce enough, and my oil, Buoba from no. Now, you blame no, the Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance only receives budget from all the ministries, put them together to announce it. The Minister of Finance and the determine policies at the Minister of Trade. And so how can say no? But the target was Baumia. If we get rid of Foriata, then the next target is Baumia because he was so the motive behind. We knew it. Maybe at that time, no. Akufo-Addo government, Yako IMF, you're negotiating for bailout, and the Nipana would dear Nima or negotiating. You are calling him out. Say, "Yeah, permanent free. Next person bar is going to take him not less than 3 months, and some of the operations at the office." You know the meaning of that in government. Most of the hard decisions for the benefit of the future, and no, the next governor, no, he thought for the future and not the name. And Nema and DC for currency, can one of them. A man for cracker say decisions will take here Abuama Bank of Ghana, Mexicano, and no, and Ama and Nema Ako Ye Cracker Cramoma,
all right, Peter, Mamma found see her now.
Any policy,
Mamma found see her every next time be Yawa. You ever sign Edding Comomedasi and a boy no time.
Mati principal me that's very.
That's inti ebeshia nyame adoma.
Me Africa Michelle is here.
Okay, all right. So Peter and Chibosiakon, former director for TVET, na deputy director general TVET, Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo Apreso 2024 year mwa na say. Na ya twehwe nkomo bebre party no ene ehonsem pi. And some also yafa call us at the time kakra. So let me go on the phone lines quickly. Now, yemfa omwa ebetimi aba Adrian, so 079084433338. You can call us. You can join us now. Your views, your opinion, your comments are welcome. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mamata.
Yes. Hey, hello, Peter. Alcasa from Ghana, Alcasa from Ghana.
Ore wakasa. Wakasa yema nkasa. Wakasa wa kuma ya. Baba have 2 days we have so konyambwa chire ya.
Hey, Peter. Peter, what kind of tomato?
Okay, I will review that.
Oh, yes. Oh, you're nice man. But not years. Hey, Peter, nice man. What today? 1 year one tomato. Anyway, more aquaba.
Yeah. Young consumer.
You imagine today. What pattern fairly pattern?
Wine in your Peter said now, okay.
Maybe said Peter when you nampon.
So I can't get into fairly poto.
As a quinta winning pattern, and what's a making Nara? My record in Nara. I will pray for you in future. As a quinta, what pattern or winning? Oh, super.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
So soon be pushing me down on Kogana. Now, the ancestor spirit, no so, or yejima. You pray with us. 20,000 acres of land is nearly into a bay in South Africa. So what a bemusan to a bed to walla in cement land or quiet to Asangagua. And I wonder, and I call the heroes of Nzama. I was there for 1 year and over.
Okay.
You think there's no spirit in Ghana. You pray with us. So what we need here, and 20,000 acres about the property for MPP. Forever. The uranium, everything, the power of Ghana is in Zima. Instead of that, that area will be in their name. And this 20,000, all the time, is so missing there. 20,000 acres of land. Equal to 20,000, 20,000. Matter, man, complain with her. Complain for the whole day. Into the spirit of that area really work. And 1 year na mukwa for Ghana and 1 year. Amen.
Amen.
It's Peter, my Peter.
Auntie Martha, that's it. Yeah, fancy your Jamie
Don't worry. Be next time I have power. I mean, I belong to the two parties in Ninara.
Okay, yeah, that's it. 27 minutes after 1, 07908443338. Auntie Martha, any attending can Peter. Also, Kusu Ekano. I remember those days. I assume, hey, radio. So, anyway, young cousin, I am far phone calls on the entrance. Hello, Ras. Hello.
Hello, senior man.
Ras Boko.
Boko, also.
Yamiadum Boko, pa. Yentu.
You chair brother Peter, a teacher man, na. You can't say, yes, na, on the Sunday tactics, Katrana, Yanubin, a teenager. We are fed up with all this to be. Oblemu, and you want to be brave. On Tiasia said, time when we take power. No, Nagana, Yakaye didn't deny $120 billion. Omufra Bamunanam $700 billion. That time when we near Sassican in Amubo, Omu Processcan, Omunia Saskana, no muji, Omu too good, right?
Yeah.
Not Gigi COVID-19 tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gigi e-levy tax.
That's true.
Now Gigi betting tax.
That's true.
What did Jesus can Kabusi Amubo a kind? And then Amudi says, can he? Musa Bremu, a friend is saying, Canada, Japan say, or no, Coca say, Maba Muvieska. But we are saying about we business in peace who catch say, or boa moon party no, money bar power no. And Kofobi more when you ska, it's almost first as can me boa ne campaign now. Question I hear Bushan say, Sanko for now about me so when you scan Omunian way, and you gonna Fusican or maybe we are. Omunia says scan way. Now, Uba Bam say Ube Pisca, and as Ube small mine. It don't make sense, Uncle for now, so Oba or Omuba power, no Maneska, or make say, you musomu, baby umum scan free. It's about me and Anka be cut to us to say, ne Canada Japan cano, and yam passe Namu Yesika.
Can Bamianga Sana Bekan?
Oh, now send about me a basic can is or bar party or boa party man by Kophobia being Yeska party. Or boa, I party bar a bamuno. Kophobia benyesika. The question is, Sikano Munyano. Exactly. Now, we complain, the COVID-19, and Amagana for any Russia Ukraine war. COVID-19 is Kamunya, baby, na Yahunia Mudia, World Bank Mamuska, European Bank Mamuska. Scam did you airport in anyway. Who come because Muma Ghana force you, Muma Ghana for electricity. Yeah, amount for cane electricity. The whole Ghana and him say, Omo Muni electricity no crown a does to see Omo electricity. Two main countries, Muma Ghana for now is uni electricity free. Russia and Ukraine war Mukui. Almost Russia, Ukraine, Ukraine, they are still providing the rest of the world food. Right? Look how they compensate now. Omubo, Munyoma boy, day, no muye, Omu bad decision and affecting them because Omunya cheap gas. If Russia and almost your mumpe, Omu sanction atoms, they support to Russia, Ukraine war. Ghana, I hear and supporting Russia, Ukraine, why they be excuse. I mean, call schools and seminar, you know, now my friend Chato.
All right.
Your friend is saying, Harina Idrusu, and you know, maybe a train, I'll be cast a school for intro to work government school, a compulsory so charity.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Now, a Christian force would be a one. say wa nye ni omo so omo mra no tia untimi ma school wa nka ko how ni say but is by time I say you separate religion and free yes school ni education in government institution in by time I say you separate religion free krom ha uko jina school dem ko twi bible say uko kan bible say much school ni bia
it's not allowed anyway.
You will be unemployed and just unemployed. You will be a record so for the rest of your
life in the UK anyway.
And you know, you say just idea no na the religion parliament crowd ko start juma I just call lost prayer ni say ko bompa say ni ye ni IBI betimi aye ya this year bibia no
anyway for him me no before so
me na time on them say obi tumrabi
mate me that's it pa. All right, my main WhatsApp line so na fe yen to us. Hello, Ajabugu. Good afternoon, Boko there.
Boko na so eh.
Ya me ado me hoye pa. Yenti we.
We dey Peter. Na yen nyina na etie no ha. No aba expose no say come the home na omo pe kwan abadia. Ana zo mu nyina ebre na yara.
Say omo nyina na position so omo nyina na ebre. Say sana e.
Well, anyway, that just say we ba opposition no a obre. And that
anyway, come who position come do.
Anyway, come the video. Well, that is yes, you can no we didn't yafu. But I mean, education day, and I mean, for me, ideas because to me, no, I think that it is hard time crying out, you know, religion. I was here to me free, your curriculum. So on there, my channel now. Wow, person practice, you know, privately, you know. Now, why? Because a crew, so we build the crew. You are building it with ideology. That's what they my channel. And the people's ideology, you know, other people's ideology, because yen chia some any Christianity eba yen yasicham. Why? Because it was forced on us, and no cry na ma yen ananom if a pray bad down south. Ye bet now and almost the bet why any man near the but now no yen independent country now still no you must add any kind. I just don't get it because and no MIA Mr. Mekao a bit timid and away near my blue. Ebini saying obit me Juma a whole year. So a Christian and I say or Muslim what's a couple pilgrimage. O couple pilgrimage was him what's a Mecca make will be now Shikanoa 1 year what's how they build or economy no now near Mao Calico. Now would ya a class idea no now up and no cano obi so call a year a friend is saying Israel no also the Nitia coping war now also meanwhile no we need that money to develop ourselves.
Yeah, but spending is you have every right so with me I can be person or no come no you know about now we should go Israel no the Nisika or that's his belief, that's what he thinks he has to do.
Yes, but kakra me person me chero ne say e bi ni saying because wo koye sa ade no na say wo free ho na say wo timi ko China onye sa ade no na wo timi say buska na wo ko business free ho it means your mentality is backward. It is something it's hard time we have to think about it because certain things because as an independent people, we need to do things to benefit us. Two, Abini saying, say your political system, yeah. He said, won't mean Signa yet, near ma, a duba call anymore. Sabi, Masa, you can't do the same thing all the time and achieve different results because the brain, a year, your friend is saying, change that to certain things that to me personally, you can never ever develop. And no, meaning when you say religion in particular, and my yen, ye country, a wabrabum, say washa, other nations now, and taking Charniomano into a develop change because a case study, Mr. Martha said, Opa checking out. So I would have made an intino then. And a two, political, now, no, I think the Ghanaians have to think outside the box. Say, and away, now we are Saba, now we are San Abba, now we are Saba, Sabian, Ghanaians, ya drinking in free Sabian so. Drilling outside the box, they are not prepared to develop the nation.
Okay.
Because at the end of the you made our see. Now, and that was. You're drilling outside the box.
Okay.
Why? Made our see be brave.
Made us say thank you. All right. 07908443338. Hello.
Principal, how are you?
I'm okay. Mr. Abbey.
Normally when you are bringing guests, you have to bring people who are credible.
No. Wait there. No. You going beyond. What credible? Obi can't say now if it doesn't go on your favor now. You do not agree. You don't see.
I don't need anybody's favor.
Yeah, no. But I mean, just say,
we all speak as concerned Ghanaians.
Yeah, that's right. But the American say, to be back listen on the ground. Listen, if I bring a guest in the studio, you don't have to tell me, say, or a credible. If he's not credible, I won't bring him. That's what it is.
I'm not saying criminal. I say
credible. If he's not credible, if the oil canal doesn't go well with you, you don't say, he's not credible.
It's not credible. As the Ukraine-Russia war stopped,
has it stopped? It
hasn't stopped.
No.
So why do they still continue to use that as an excuse for their dismal failure? He has come here talking about, he doesn't understand what fiscal policy means. He doesn't understand what monetary policy means. He's talking anyhow. Look, fiscal policy, they failed. Do you understand? They failed to the extent that they have to take Ghana and Ghanaians to debt exchange. And the Akufo-Addo himself, he is defending, came to apologize. So I don't know what he's on for. That debt exchange was a complete failure on his Oforiata, on his NPP, all those rubbish. Monetary policy, exchange rate deteriorated, inflation was uncontrollable and everything. What is he talking about? And the IMFs that they were claimed to abuse that statement they were making is a COVID disease. IMF says it's not true. Their policies were not good. So what is he defending? He ended by saying, "Oh, Ghanaians have now seen through Kennedy Pong. Ghanaians have not only seen through Kennedy Pong. Ghanaians have seen that the MPP party as a whole, the people are all rubbish. They are empty-headed people." Do you understand? So I should not come here and try to pontificate. Look at the level of fraud and corruption they've left on to Ghanaians. And principal, when your first speaker or second speaker was saying that Bawumia came to say people have enriched themselves, you pretend as if you haven't heard it. Bawumia said it. I heard it. So it is not for Kennedy accusing them. Bawumia himself came to admit it. That was why he also came to apologize to Ghanaians. What was he apologizing for? So this rubbish group of people want to come and manage Ghana again.
Mr. Abe, can you make your point without really insulting people? I mean, there are certain words. Yeah, but there are certain words. I really don't.
Decisions which are affecting me up to today. You understand?
But you don't use the word rubbish, actually.
They are a rubbish group of people.
Anyway, Mr. Abe, quickly make your point and then you answer.
Yeah, so that is what I'm saying. When you are bringing people with humility who will come and admit that they mismanaged the economy of Ghana, he can come and just paint useless pictures to us because we are all witnesses to what they left behind. In their wake, they've left corrupt country to us. Things we were even not expecting. He is mentioning growth. Growth for growth's sake, we don't need it. Do you understand? Growth is just a figure. They were just touting figures, quoting figures around anyhow. I was on their campaign grounds. This is Akufo-Addo. I was on their campaign grounds here in Ghana. When he told us he's coming to do away with the Gospel economy, where was it? Where was it?
Well, I think
lies upon lies, and he's peddling the same lies here. Bawumia, I say Bawumia is like a clown.
Bawumia is like what?
A clown, a cook.
Okay. Why is he
coming to tell us?
But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's Ghanaians who go to the ballot to vote. So
yeah, but Ghanaians have voiced it out already to them. Do you understand? But
so it appears they are still really living in that kind of a dream that they don't really know the reality. Is that what it is?
As you see the reasons he gave. How can you attribute your dismal failure to only one person? How can you do that? And even what they are doing now, look, NPP, they showed themselves to us years ago that they are the most intellectual group of people in the land. But what we are seeing now is internally selecting one person to represent you. You see what they are doing? I found it inconceivable that this is how they behave. A simple process. It has turned into chaos, disruption, hatred. I don't understand. Simply because they hate one person. I don't know about I don't know Ejepo. I've met him only once. He's not my friend. But the way they've ganged up against him, it's inconceivable.
Well, sir, so we see.
Understand? What criteria are they using to say, hey, Baumia is a presidential material, Ejepo is a presidential material? What criteria? What characteristics do they have? Baumia is nothing presidential than Ejepo. Or if
well,
do too.
A bit to say, for example, Peter made one of them. So maybe just why say can not their own to me, and but he was saying say the attempted or the in the times past, you know, will come back and affect his presidency. And these are some of the things. I think what did and all this. So,
Principal, when Peter was speaking, you know, at some point he said, Baumia is not an angel. What does that mean?
Said that, yeah.
What does that mean? So he can only pick the faults in Japan, but not in Baumia. Baumia was the vice president, but the wife and family had the audacity to destroy people's property. Who was just a vice president, you? Look at the damage they caused to people. He has ignored all of this and coming to sell him to us. Come on. Everybody is not an angel, but we are talking about proportionalities here.
Mr. Abe,
okay.
Why?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. DJ DS, twas 2 o'clock exactly, Tishana song. Na me the baby na DJ DS, so they can do studio harder that. Na say or twaso I did the best high life music on a Sunday afternoon. At the Amamo ba me come say James Stanford say we na na ma cha woni uncle boat. And a man a war a kitchen when you Kate nane one more can win no munina ya church and we when him say open the who di and Sunday special teasers e Jamestown foods and the Sunday in your time I with me akwakotenase akodi kama pa banku tilapia bayre fufuo abankwan ne nkaten kwan bibia bi ho aduane bia pebia we men konkoto chicken and chips and we aduane papa ne di e no bebo Jamestown foods only Bridge Road. Jamestown Food, so I'm going to subway in the bomb. Until we channel so. My main call. Wow, number 981 transfer. Main file. Now for main call. What's happening? So hello.
Hello, Principal.
Yes, sir.
It's a friend, Mr. Ade.
Mr. Ade.
But your son, Mr. Abbey, I didn't know about obey somebody. One cutting off. Mamma, I didn't have it you. When you that.
Yes,
maybe.
You try to know. You try to know.
Valentine's or Basana, yeah, one must be. But the old Casanyope. Oh, and then I have to cry. But rubbish in a wound to someone can win and someone can rubbish. Huh? The man and nobody and so Basil baby one cutting off.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, tell you to know for so you to know for so why? Can't David, what can I say? Who cost
one cutting off?
And I'm saying, who can contribute, make contribution? Why? Yeah. Okay. OT, until honest bedroom. I am saying 2 for I mum anyway. May I say that I will be can.
All right.
May I say thank you. My main call, what's up? No, so hello, what's up?
Hello, Principal.
Yes, sir, Michael.
How are you, Nini?
Oh, Nini, Boko.
Yeah, good. Principal,
yeah.
The MPP, they come out of frustration to say a lot of things. Look at what Peter is saying. I don't agree with Peter with him for 1 second. Look, he said the CD appreciation is artificial. It is not artificial. It will be sustained because of discipline. They were in discipline, reckless borrowing, reckless spending that brought the CD to where we were before they left power. So she cannot tell me, she cannot deceive Ghanaians. But what he come on air to say? Look, it's he didn't talk about even the economy. Peter didn't talk about the economy. How Ghanaians what Ghanaians were going through. How part of Group B, the working class, and Group C, they were going through. Peter didn't say it because he's in Group A and he's part of Group B. So he didn't see the suffering of Ghanaians. That is the reason why we voted you people out. Look at the number. Look, we are the rural and urban development is my problem. And we got to make sure that the rural and urban areas are well developed. We will take most of the seats from them again, write it somewhere and see. Because we are accountability government, scale of preference government, transparent, how do you call it? Division of labor government. So we are not playing at all. Your mama is not playing. Because your mama is not playing, his followers are also not playing. Because if you mess up, you'll be in problem. Look, I'm here. My eye is there. The rural and urban development is what is our problem. Because the common fund has been given to them. And also they have to generate their own internal funds to support their areas. You understand what I mean? So we are not, look, he came to talk about unemployment. Were they able to solve the unemployment problem? The youth in Ghana now are more than the elderly people.
And
so
the NDC also handling the issue of unemployment. Are they solving these? These are some of the issues especially coming down to 2020, 2024 near there. I mean, we realize that the youth are not employed. Is the party, the NDC solving this anyway?
Oh, yeah. Look, we put an eye on what is going on before we came to power. That is why we don't want to complain, because we said we're going to solve it. If you want to solve it, don't complain. That's why we don't complain. Look, in the first place, we put a majority of these youth, you see them, they only have a qualification of JSS. Those who have SS are only few, only minor. Okay, so with this, what are we doing?
Baby recall SHS free, you know. Say minimum qualification in Ghana now will be like SHS, at least the minimum.
Okay, there are many. So that's why we come out with a tertiary education, apprenticeship program, a Jumawa program, an entrepreneur program. So
program.
Yeah, all these things are there. So you have to involve yourself in one of them. They will not come to you. Go to how do you call it? Youth Employment Agency. They are everywhere in your area. Go there and make inquiries. Don't sit down here and let your people call from Ghana to tell you Ghana is hard. They want to chop your money. Some areas, a lot of things have been, reduced. Some of prices have gone down. It's only our market women are being difficult. You see, but it will so reflect. Because the city appreciation we stabilize. We're going to stabilize it, and things will be okay for Ghanaians. So MPP, you stand no chance again. I am telling you. So my brother, tell Peter that anytime he's coming, he to prepare well, because we have a lot of questions for him. Thank you very much.
Medas and Yamisha Nini, Yamisha for your time. Okay. So now can next time Peter I'm on the questions and I'll just let you ask. I'm saying Nipa Baby when someone on Busa okay and answer on Busa. Yanko, the number 8944 Chatro. Hello. Good afternoon.
Oh yeah, hello, good afternoon, Principal.
Lee.
Yeah. Nanyamamuti saying
Namiadumo Boko.
All right, Mamicha Peter Nini brilliant submission and ne Wami Abetin Sempa. Now, and as I get in and Crawford, your moon rua. Oh, Mamma Tutia, I assume.
Lee and Crawford is a cobalt and fast at Mukonena Monfuano, Echo Jamunangu, we are. Mamma, my high have been already. Wow, a idea, yet 2 year drink. I drink a drink in as a great man by a day, ever calling him. Nanya, hello.
Yeah, me too, pa.
And yet, you are making a radio, so I can rubbish. Who feel crowd who run, correct, who feel good with you, a car equipment, a mother, car equipment, a modia cumia, a sick in a mother. What big I have a kick rubbish. Car quemu, and I'm more Diane Casancasa Hine, and then Yasa for them, and I'm with that car quem. And I'm modia cumia block road, send your car, I'm sorry. You see, there are some people when they come on air, you really see where the family they're coming from. They have no training. When we are thinking of how to move the country forward, these are people whereby they will come and insult. Lee,
in some way, we are discussing who cancer maybe.
Oh, me to do home Sameba.
And a time in your half in out of the
Mommy, oh, that's a way you're going to the principal. Oh, 207 hours, a 1 5 move one from Moyan and your day. Oh, how about Kufad will see Papa B? I want a more toilet, Eddie Bola Kugu.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Dear, or dear Bali, say, oh no, dear, I say, I cannot attend the dinner. I try to say, I stop and I also so bombarding, and I wish him Mukina, what aroma, yes, so, yeah, now, you try, in fact, you try as much as possible, say. Enka obi ba na onka sasabi nyina ye mpanimfo ohun tinki kasase ya nanka ya dwen ho kakra unse se abesa be ye ya I mean enyem fata se Lee ususu be ba be obi aso ba na obi abeye bia emwa ohun enti no I mean ye hwene ye tutu ye nema yi modaroma why ye kola ni so la emse wo twatro last caller na me afani. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Principal.
Yes, sir.
Kwamra ne kase.
Kwamra mitio. Oh, your last call until you got a quickly now. DJDS will handle that now.
Well, the India Yemupi, yem per se, yebeba political discussions issue. The kind of language you use against one another.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, the reason why I never buy a program issue, they say, you may be or MPP, a spokesman, or the interview, okay, a lot of things. Now, me person me catch and say, we invested in Ghana with bonds and shares, right?
Yeah.
The government decided to do a haircut. Emma Oji Sika say dividends, any the money that we invested.
That's true.
But
I think even
on the sound,
decisions office affected the government performance in the election, especially.
Yes. Now, the car was early morning political stations so about 8 months ago. Now, Bema Bako, any of Babako, every D Matem say, I went and invested in a wrong, you were friendly, but and then they can't really say, with £10,000 now, they got bonds and shares for Ghana. I buy Papa Diaba, and I have been paid my money back into my account.
Okay.
Yeah. And on top of it, say World Bank, any IMF, I won't go Ghana, no. What would you say? This new government also still if it's not credible, they don't want the black people to succeed.
Samu.
If they are all concerned, the World Bank say, oh, it's not sustainable, on rubbish in front of baby. Because if they were capable of doing it now, we wouldn't have been in the situation where we are, where there was a haircut and they took our money. Now, your finance minister, he ran away to the coldest part of the United States of America, and he's still there. And winter is coming back to catch his friend there. He's behind. Manuesi.
All right.
Yeah, thank you for your good job.
Next time you share views about more than a friend. Why need income? All right. Okay. So, say, yeah. Exactly 2 o'clock. NTN me in fact call Bia Ebio. Now they have call Bia Ebio. DJDS. Now, Bokodia. It's on catcher. All right, you Jama DS Metwaso. Then at saying how life the form. Come on. Wow, into you Jana DJDS and Metwaso. Mr. Wow, friend, you bit my call Bia Ebio. Wadalma. Intino. Mon and so all right.
Take Hot Digital Online Radio wherever you go.
CosinityHotDigitalOnline.com. Na DJDS
Take Hot Digital Online Radio wherever you go. Download our Android app from the Google Play Store and our iOS app from the App Store. Enjoy the best music, news, and entertainment anytime, anywhere.
Welcome to